Hello. To continue the program of Sound Foundation for Babies, today we are entering week 6. I will talk about more goals, strategies, activities to help the child to develop speech and language faster. So, starting with auditory goals. Last time we talked about that babies should know the name. We did some activities and strategies. So now the baby, your child, knows her or his own name and responds to the name, right? Now you have to go one step further. You see, earlier we were talking about from a close distance. We were calling the name from a close distance, maybe 1 meter, maybe 2 meter, and the child was listening. And we were also insisting on quiet listening environment. But every time we will not have those listening facilities and that listening environment. The child has to get used to listening with little background noise and from a little distance also. So you are going to work on that for this in this week. Now when you call the baby, see that you are not standing next to the baby, you are not at a 1 meter distance. The baby should be in another corner of the room, you should be in another corner of the room, and you call the baby. Check if the baby responds. Slowly, you can even call from the outside passage also, and the baby will come out responding to the name. Remember, this is not a testing activity. You don't have to test whether the baby is responding or not. It has to be meaningful. The baby has to be motivated to listen and come to you. So there should be a particular reason for calling the baby. Suppose you call the baby to say, I got a book for you. Or do you want some fruit? I'm cutting some fruit. Okay, go and give this to Papa. So there's some direction, some question, some engagement. So the baby knows that if mom is calling or dad is calling, there is some reason behind it. Again, in the park, you can see that the baby is at a distance and you call the baby when there is a lot of noise in the background. In the park, there will be some noise. Children will be screaming, running, making noise. So you call your baby and see whether the baby is listening to her name and coming, and repeat it, and again make it meaningful. Oh, I called you. There is a sandpit here. Did you want to play in this sandpit? Something like that. So the baby knows that you have a message or something for the baby to come. So another thing you can do is talk about sound book. This also goes to the receptive language goals. Jumping into receptive language goals, the baby should develop some vocabulary. Nouns are most easy to teach and to learn because there are pictures and objects are available. So you will work on nouns, but don't work only on nouns, because nouns is 10% of the whole speech spectrum. Actually, we should work on verbs, adjectives, prepositions, all other parts also. Do you know that Korea language, they use more verbs with the babies than the words, than the nouns. Therefore, those babies find it easy to talk in sentences faster. But if we concentrate and focus only on the nouns and ignore other parts, then the child cannot think and put words together to organize a sentence, and will be always explaining or expressing in words and not sentences. Therefore, it's important. In receptive language, you can make a sound book. You take that white drawing book. On one page, you stick an envelope. Not very small, a whole page should be covered with the envelope. Put some pictures in the envelope. Pictures should not be very small again. These can be pictures of animals or pictures of vehicles, because you are going to use performatives. learning to listen sounds. So, for example, you open the book and you say, let's see who's there, let me see what is there. I think it's a dog. Boo, 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 boo. Whatever you have taught, woof, woof. If you are taught that as affirmative, and then say that, wait for the baby to imitate. If the baby doesn't imitate, you open the flap, take out the picture. There is a cat, and the cat says, meow. Or there's a dog. The dog says, boo boo. Wait, let the child imitate if possible. Let the child take her own time also. Don't push. So this way you can every week add a new picture. Why I said umbrella? Because you can change the pictures and the children will be curious to see what is coming this week. So that will work. Another thing you can do to repeat nouns or verbs or prepositions is during daily routine activities. Whenever you are interacting with the child, talking to the child, playing with the child, changing nappies, feeding, whatever you are doing, during that time, use the language, use those words and phrases repetitively. There should be a lot of repetition, but meaningful repetition, and the children will learn those words, that vocabulary. Remember, the strategies you use for this will be pause and wait, and again fill in the blanks. You will ask that, you will say the sentence and wait, and the cat, here comes the cat, and the cat says, keep quiet. Expect the child to say meow. So this way use these strategies. When you're talking to the babies till 2 years, the baby talk should be used as a strategy. What is baby talk? How we do intonation up and down, and we talk to the babies who have typical hearing, who are newborn or few months old. How do you talk to them? The same way you talk to these children till 2 years. The research has shown that the parents, if they are talking to the babies with lot of baby talk and intonation, then these babies develop 433 words by the age of 2 years, and that I'm talking about expressive vocabulary. They can speak so many words. But if the parents are not using baby talk and intonation, or are using less of it, then by the age of 2 years, the baby will develop 169 words. See the gap. Actually, what is the norm? The children who are 2 years old and have typical hearing generally have vocabulary of 150 words or 300 words. And I'm not talking about only nouns. Remember that. Coming to expressive language goals, at this age, the child will understand lot of language, but will not be able to use lot of language. So the child wants to communicate. There will be pre-communication skills, which will be communication skills, but before language, before the child can use complete language. So, for example, when the child wants to say, I want this, the child might be pointing and vocalizing and doesn't know to say, please give me this. There will be a lot of intentions of communication, like rejection, acceptance. There can be commentary, there can be protesting, there can be requesting. So when they are doing this, for example, if you give something to the child and the child does not want it, the child will shake his head and vocalize. If the child wants it, the child will nod and vocalize. The child will point out to an object and vocalize that I want this. So this way they have different gestures to communicate. The goal for you this week is to start providing language for those gestures. So you say, oh, you don't want it? You don't want that? You don't like it? Okay, you don't like it. Fine. You like this? You want more? Okay, you want more? And the child might protest by throwing something down there. Oh, you don't want this, I'll take it away. So give lot of language to the child for the child's actions and gestures and communication attempts. Coming to speech, we are continuing practicing M and B, auditory input, auditory bombardment of these bilabial sounds. You can use any vowels, long vowels, any vowel, and make combination. The activity is called babble play. What is babble play? It's a sort of game. Suppose I say ba 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 boo. The child should be able to imitate. Ba 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 boo. The child might say only boo or only ba boo. That's fine. So the speech is actually learned by imitation. Language is learned by comprehension. So you can have many teaching aids. These are the cups. So you give one set to the child and one set you keep yourself. And then you put it down, pick up one cup and say ba 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 boo, and hold and put it down. Wait. Now the child has to pick up and say ba 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 boo and put it down. Take the next one. Bee 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 ba ba and put it clean. So wait for the child to do. You're modeling. The child is repeating. Slowly you will get rid of these toys. Then it will be faster and only without any teaching aids, only on imitation. But initially you will need some teaching. Another thing you do in speech is you can have different games like Hungry Hippo or the slides where something goes down, or we were talking about the water play, putting toys in the water, putting stones in the water, whatever the child likes to play. For me, it worked very well with bubbles. Children love to blow bubbles. So when I will say bee bee boo, I will wait with the bubble stick in my hand. And the child will say bee bee boo, then I give to the child to blow. So because the child has motivation to blow the bubble, the child listens carefully and imitates so that he gets a chance to blow the bubbles. So you can think of many such games. Story for this week is Oh Dear. This is a book of farm. Not necessarily this book, I repeat, you can have any book. This week it will help if you have any book on farm animals, on relating to farm. So this is the story of a boy. His name was Buster, and Buster wanted eggs for breakfast. So he went to the barn and he said, knock knock, open the door, knock knock, open the door, and the cow said, moo. Open the door, cow said, moo. Buster said, give me eggs please. Cow said, no eggs here. And Buster goes to the next page. Now notice here, auditory presentation is before visual. The child has to listen before the child sees. Then you are giving lot of pause and wait. You wait for the child to react. Serve and return strategy should be followed. And you are using the same farm animals which you are using in the sound book, in the play, in the book, in the story, so that they become very familiar and easy for the child to use b and m with vowels. So then Buster goes to the a field and he says, knock, knock, open the door. And the sheep says, ba, ba. And the sheep opens the door. Buster says, give me eggs, please. No eggs here. Ba, ba. Like this you go on. You go to the dog. You go to, in the end, you can go to the hen. Okay. Knock, knock. Open the door. Cluck, 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 cluck. Who said that? Hen. Hen said, cluck, 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 cluck. Okay. Give me eggs, please. Or you want eggs? Lift me up. Up, up, up. Hooray! There are 2 eggs for you. And Buster got eggs for breakfast. Okay? So like this, you make it fun, make it interesting. You can use any book, use any toy which can fit into your goals for this week, which is relevant for this week goal, and the child will be paying attention and learning fast. Thank you. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will check the comment box. So next week, we will talk about music. How to teach language through music. We will talk about music, nursery rhymes, song, singing, how to coordinate everything, how to synchronize everything, and make the children develop speech and language faster. Thank you.